nó nó cũng bao giờ inu ở chữ sinh thì nó chỉnh chỉnh thì nó nông sản được cái này nhưng vì để có mua lúc xưa chơi thì ô lê hay chỉ giờ cái tàu non đế là nó non này thay vì chỉ khi họ lúc xưa xài lại trả nông sản bồi trả thì hay cho bé cái nó chăm không sửa được lúc đấy chăm mấy cái nào bao
nông sản hay để bé mua nó但是嘛因为我那个我个还最后我年代了也包的好绿到底啊。其实到正式到上路农些，农些得么弄呢？但是嘛，要得弄这转到我厉害啊，好了也要做那么点那里注意，这他被叫生叫这叫碰叫鱼了的被叫生，要到得热，要通得也没干呢。ก็จะได้หาเสตัวนะไปว่าอีจะ member ละที่จะ board ชื่อลูกของเขานะที่หมู่เตานั่นน่ะจะต่อการเลยไปตัวจงโอเคเลยไปจะรีมันจะต่อละหรือช่วยรอจะต่อเชิญเราไปตัวหมู่เคลียร์ไปจะมีตัวมีอยู่อ่ะจะกีฬาเลยที่จะก็ต่อเลยเนาะนั่นน่ะที่นู่นน่ะยังลงเชื่อแต่มั่วนู่นน่ะวิแต่ไปมั่วแล้วโจลังแต่หมู่จะยังยัดเกาหลีก็ได้ต่อว่าจะว่าให้ป้าไปgiờไปlà thế plon deไปở ba và một cái chuyện nào một sự kiệnที่จะมีการnó cũngยังเต่าที่อีตันทอเลยเดี๋ยวเต่าลู่กีกูนั่นแหละจะกีกูดักก็รอจะรงเสียแห่งนั้นแต่สิ่งที่ให้กูจะต้องเจ้าเสียวิธีไปที่จะต้องปีเลยอ่ะได้หนุนได้จะช่วยได้หนุน到ไปขอหาเพียไปที่จะต้องปีจะไปมั่วจะต้องเจอจะก็เดี๋ยวไม่นู่แต่เรากูละกูจีบป่อแต่ไม่นู่ว่าไปว่าเต่ามั่วไอ้ลูกของเขามั่วว่ามั่วเจมั่วยี่มั่วเสียไอ้ก่อนเรื่องที่ว่าขอซอเก๋ไว้มุนเจอก็ต่อซื้อเจหายซอซื้อไปป้าต่อชิ้นในนู้นน่ะเจฝั่งต่อไปจะทอกับเสด็จต่อป้าไปแล้วเจทองัวหัวไปจะสังเกตเจจะบอกจะแย่ซอเสด็จเดียในเรื่องที่มั่วราชีป้าต่อยี่เหมือนตัวของไปชีป้า
ถ้าเป็นชีจะเก็บปีวันเดอไปจะตู้มองโลเกาหลีโลมีการโลยังก็ต้องได้เช่นน้อยเราจะรู้ก็จวนนั่นเองตรงนี้อยู่กับปีเราจะแต่เช่นนั่นเองก็ถ้า briefly short เราก็ต้องใช้เสียยังอีเราโย่เราตรงนี้จากที่เราจะเราหนุนที่เรา success ว่าเราเลยให้ตัวลูกกี่กูล่ะ
คนแต่มาเราเลยให้ก็พอปีรุ่นเช้ามาจีบเราเขาวิธีไปลูกของเขาไปอุทิศตัวว่าจะได้หนุนเลยนะไปจวดจีตาจ่าตัวลูกของเขาว่าลุ้นไปละตัวละจงเสด็จซื้อเขาเสด็จได้สู้ได้จีแล้วเกิดตอนนี้เลยมูเกิดแล้วว่าหายมองหายสอนหนึ่งดูจิ้วเลยแล้วมูที่เลยเกเลยเกิดแล้วซื้อแต่สิมาเขาอยู่กับอีตัวหนึ่งหล่อหมดเจ้าลินเดยิ่งสีเหินได้ที่จีเหตุอีตัวยิ่งย่อจะหลายสาวซื้อปิดซื้อไม่ตัวที่เราหนึ่งเจนึงหนึ่งมั่วหนึ่งจะตู้ที่เราหล่อนเจอคือหล่อนเจอคือเจอหล่อนเจอ做懂得老北个定的点嘛，就多种，其中多人北的话是到家的是嘛，个北包人的也是容易呢。但是เขา有个北古包嘅係啲，用其實有我哋家古要多更好，我哋古要多企業對努更好，北nhà門到北nhà多嘅多家是，我有個工作人來年努木，我哋係木小木巴，也看到古包是真的是嘛，古一包嘅只要拿nhỏ拿我到。你不打说的还点，被多星期二努是被对门就到机构里拿，但是嘛，被对去包的，被叫去拿了的叫多的，人家打把到这，了是这上来了，那都是合理价，那这里把到了就肯照着够准的了，นั่นน่ะ
个呢，这里个有一度到撑眼了，一度把公后到了，开公后到了，个保就个呢了，么样的呢，个海里价到了天我给新仔呢。
ขณะมากูหายโดนในเสด็จจะป้อกูจะยิงป้อยิงนอกูหายเลยแต่สิมาที่ขณะตัวกูมามั่วหายอ้อหล่อลูมิกาเราก็จะไปจอกีฬาแต่ชนะเรากูจะป้อหลุมมองเลยสุดที่จะอยู่มองว่ามองเจอเราที่จะป้อให้หลุมมองที่เราช่วยในจุดยากาที่ในอย่างมองซื้อเลยยิงรงนะที่ขณะยี่เขารงตัวเขาที่ก็เสด็จย้อนรงให้ที่แต่อย่างรงนออย่างในจออย่างในมองในป้อเลยที่chỉ là những nhỏ này là cỡ tàu sư, nhưng mà muốn này gì này cho cứ cho đi ba này, bây giờ con hậu nó là bây giờ cái tàu luôn bây rồi này sư, rong xe hay là này chế năng chơi này, này thì là một là tàu ít câu chuyện là một trăm nụ nó, chỉ thâu cho rồi này cho 我哋係實咗呢，人哋搬嚟攞嘢，人哋攞俾落俾講好多，個道路公路俾你嗱。I would like to offer a few words of encouragement to all the athletes, whether you're young or old. We appreciate your participations. Our organization, Sepak Takraw of USA, we're just a governing body. We really don't have the resource to train or to help, but we appreciate that you yourself have gone out of your way with your family, with your friends, with your colleague, and your classmate, and train yourself to be the world class that you are today. So I want to thank you, the athlete of yesterday and the athlete of today and the athletes going to be coming tomorrow for continued support of Sepak Takraw of USA. And we will continue to work together and to make sure you have all the resources you need in the future so you don't have to struggle like you have. So thank you so much.
我哋執嚟用錢嚟搞舉鐵，就舉出嚟啲門就應咗那嘢個用執嚟到俾得喺美國嚟做能舉鐵能揸出嚟個那啲啲門就應咗到得喺 South Korea ก็ถัก喺度出嚟啲幾時幾เดือน那มู做ตีที่มันจะตีเนี่ยนี่門就嚟จ่ายตัว嚟จ่ายตัวก็ที่ลีมันจะ幾ยังเราตัวไปรู้得喺อเมริกา那ก็出嚟เขา包曬เขา
哋俾มูวันเตไป有มู那啲ไป到嘅參加ที่เจอลำบากแต่เราที่ International Sepak Takraw Federation ยังจะหอไทยเตเจเราจะไปมูเจเราไปที่เดียวมูแต่สิ่งที่ไปมูนะเจเราจะกูฉลาดตัวว่ากูรู้ organization ที่ไปอริจานะเจที่เดียวนะจะจอกกูที่จะไปลำบากฟอร์มอีปาร์ตี้เจไปสายจังเลยไปเที่ยวจ้องเลยนะเจกูเที่ยวเลยจังเที่ยวจะต่อยกูที่เที่ยวจะช่วยกูที่โอเคยังนะเจกูพออีอาไปตัวเจเขาไปหามูรีคูปไปหาเดี๋ยวมูนะไปชี้หาเดี๋ยวไปอยู่มองสิไปกูเจมบล็อกก็เรียนมองเรียนมีการที่ตัวสิจุดตุกเกี่ยไปเจ้าไปจุดสะดวกเดี๋ยวจิกไปจังไปจุดสะดวกขึ้นชอบเราเขาไปมันจะ international มาเป็นจะไอ้แค่สรุปได้เชิญมาไปจุดสะดวกขึ้นชอบนะแต่กูที่ฟอร์มอีปาร์ตี้จุดจัวเลยจะไปที่ชิดเท้าFacebook จุดตั้งท่าจะไปที่เดี๋ยวแค่นั้นจะเลยตัวจะตัวไปชนอ๋อน้องก็สนะจะไปชนตัวกูเดี๋ยวแค่เกิดจะไปที่มั่วจังเลยเรามุชีมิกซ์เดี๋ยวแค่ก็ยังปาร์ตี้ก็ยังก็นั่นเดี๋ยวนะจะตัวไปที่มั่วตัวไปมันจอดตีนะเป็นจะ all division อี division หัว premier มีอี division หัว division 1จะไปdivision 1premier มีจะกี่กี่ลิไทยเต้มาเลเซียเต้เกาหลีเต้ยะลาเลยจะกี่กี่แต่เราไม่กูชิวรู้ได้จากตัวเจ้านะแต่เดี๋ยวจงใช้จะมาสมองบล็อกเต้หรือรู้ได้จากยี่ห้อตัวจิตเอาวิธีเขาเต้หรือกูจะไม่อยากวิจารณ์แต่สิเป็นไม่กูชิวรู้ได้จากตัวจะเป็นอย่างเราชิลได้เถอะจะเป็นเขา division อุบลนะเป็นอย่างเราชิลได้เถอะนะในปากีสถานอิหร่านที่ในประเทศเราตัวชิตาจะเป็นอย่างเราเยอรมนีจะเป็นอย่างเรารู้ได้เหรอกูจะการที่มาชิลได้เถอะนะจะต้องเป็นอย่างกี่สักจะกูจะบอกได้แค่ปาจิกปารู้ได้เถอะรู้ได้จิกได้จะเป็นปาดีอิหร่านปากีสถานที่อินเดียนะอย่าปากีสถานนะถ้าสิต้องเกิดเป็นเรามุ่งจะยังเลยเท่าเขาจะยังนำมาวิธีเขาเดียกูเที่ยวจะมีจะมีตัวโค้ชกูตัวทีมแมเนเจอร์จะเรามุ่งชิชลาเดียโอเคเราป้านั้นมาเลิกนี่น้องเลยน้องนะเลิกปลาเลิกจะน้องจะเห็นนะจะกูจะเห็นนะจะให้ก็เกิดนะเสร็จที่ตัวเสร็จก็เลยเสร็จก็ต้นมาเสร็จก็ได้มาตอนก็เราบ้างเราจะต่อเสร็จไปที่ยังฉันเนี่ยจะไปซื้อหรอที่สิมาวิธีเขามั่วเอาลูกชีจงปอลป้าตาเราขอจุกวันเลยจะที่ป้าที่นั่นเราจะเชิงขอ strategy นะจะที่นี่มั่วเป่าจะเถอะลำจะที่จะยังหลังเราขอจะยังเรามันชีจงอีกแท้นี่เขาโยกไปที่ยูเลยสิเดียที่สิมาวิธีเขาเดียเป่าเกี่ยวเลยนะเป่าเกี่ยวจะเลินแต่จะต้องไปขอแล้วนะจะไปซื้อถังเงินได้จะต้องขยับไปจะยิงเลยถ้าไปยิงแล้วเรารู้ได้เชื่อมาเลยที่ก็แค่แต่ชิมต้องขอเราโอชิโตจะต้องขอเราซื้อเนี่ยแล้วตัวโค้ชเราเจอแล้วก็แค่ตัวแมเนเจอร์เจอแล้วก็แค่นะชิมไปเนี่ยนะจะเราเลยหาไปเราซื้อได้ชิมไปกูยิงเลยจะอยู่มั่วจอมมั่วจะไปกูจะยิง nhiều ilu mình mỏ xe thì bây tầm giờ nhiều đồ sách cầu lì hiện tại thì nó bây giờ nhiều đồ thái tế á làm gì Kings Cam nhiều đồ thái tế họ bèn co họ mà nó hiện nay đó là chỉ cho đi cho ship bèn hay cho bây giờ là chỉ cái tiếng cho mong thì giờ hai tiếng này mua lấy tụ xài thế này rồi sụt chạy những chỗ to này rồi sụt chạy những cái to này cho to thì bây giờ khi lên giờ bây khi là bây giờ giờ có ý có trong một cái là mà chuyên một cái là tên gì kinh muốn chừng tao phải thì要蒙 community 呢，就要蒙到写出来的，就正好 sport 被蒙的蒙到是，那现在这个的 golf 呢，每个卡的的蒙到，对呀，这个的啊，所以少的的蒙到是，你那个也能套了，你这里站蒙到的蒙到是，人家做好的被天个到完了不了，被蒙知道的话，没个写到了，那个才被，人把了被蒙知道了，那好的被蒙知道的是个到。จะเป็นของสปอร์ตจะเป็นที่มอเตอร์นะที่นั่นกูไม่รู้จริงต่อกูไม่รู้วิชั่นเนี่ยกูไม่รู้หอบเพี้ยตัวเดียก็ต่อที่อีหอสปอร์ตเป็นที่มอเตอร์จะรู้ได้จะเหลือจะนั่นต่อเหลือได้จะที่สุดนั่นเราเป็นมังลุงไปไม่จะมุ่งจุดเจอเขารู้แม่เขาว่าเราจะแม่วอร์แม่นะเขารู้ได้แต่นั่นเดียเป็นมุ่งอะไรตัวถ้ากูไม่จับไปก่อนแต่ละเดียนี่นั่นเจ๊ไปยังmong giờ đã chỉ là cái cú mà biểu là ô bên mong giờ lên nó bây giờ blog thế bây giờ mình nói rồi giờ blog thế bây giờ bên trên phần trên giờ blog thế thì mà thầu cho đó Việt Nam thầu là chỉ bên mà tôi bên tôi mình cái thế thì bên thì tất cả lần chờ nhớ họ nói chỉ làm lại cái xe thì bên mong giờ lên từ cái chỉ tao lên nó sẽ chỉ bên một sĩ là từ một sĩ giờ từ một số international nó thọ cái là kia đó lại nó bao thì bên mong giờ lên từ này thì họ nói họ xong thế chỉ tao họ sport này họ nó là cú giờ từ founder đó organization đó thì cụ thể sẽ cho thì ô giờ ít lúc họ biết rồi đó biết chủ chỉ lúc nào cũng họ nó cái tao biết giờ cho hopefully one day we will get something so today is the day that it's really happened你只是对了那cụ trong xe
cú luôn bây giờ tuổi sông đó nè tuổi sông tiệt bây giờ cái to chỉ cú thiệt đôi khangอื่น giờ bơ thì vì này tuổi sẽ cho bùa gì chậu ó chỉ giờ là một giờ trâu thế chỉ mình cần sẽ cho bùa cho trâu thằng bên là bị vào lao rồi chỉ mà lấy cho chơi Lucia in always say thì one day when nó từ mong giờ cho tao become professional cho họ tao lúc chơi ở đôi bên giờ nữa mà bên giờ đó blog bên giờ cho thấy cho tới chuyện nào bên giờ đó cho thằng nó chỉ tao mua career đâu tới chỉ bên giờ nó blog cho thấy được support thầu bé tôi chỉ tao biết giờ cái to mà blog thế thái là tiếng giờ professional thế tôi mua team sát nữa rồi tới chấm blog lại thầu bé tôi chọn bé mà tôi giờ tới chấm mấy cái bé tao muốn chơi đó và rồi chấm blog lại thì là giờ team sát bé giờ chỉ bé dừng lại chỉ và cho bé mua lúc xưa thì ok nhớ lúc tới chấm mấy cái nó the only way và bé mong giờ represent tao lúc team USA lúc bé USA và ít bát kỳ lạ khó từ đời bạn là bé mong cái tao hưởng thì bé giờ represent tao giờ bà là bé muốn mẹ qua hơi chờ tao, ta chỉ the only thing mà bây giờ tao giờ cái to cho họ thì cái to này chỉ từ đấy là họ siết họ trên này họ càng khăn lâu là trên này họ ta họ là trên đó này họ tiền lăng ca cho tao chỉ giờ bé muốn sẽ chỉ ta chỉ thầu lúc trên đấy bé chỉ tao mới đi tìm mua và Sepak Takraw lúc đơn lúc khoa rồi permanent cho bé xảo thầu bé muốn become more involved inการเมืองเนี่ยแต่ฉันเอาbéจ่อตัวbé cho trong rồi mình sửaตัวchỉ luật thế này bảo vệ chỉ luật thế này mà lấy vào cho code permanent bảo vệ chỉ thằng này chỉ biết tới lâu chỉ biết tới trò chơi là tất nhiên mà nên hôm nào Lucia luôn chứ những chuyện nhớ rồi cái đó nên hôm nào chạy tới cũng chỉ liên cái đó là cho nhiều cho chia thế cho sponsorship này của những chuyện trồng gấu là tại ra thằng gấu này làm ô tô là Sepak Takraw club nhớ mình sửa rồi nó chỉ biết những chuyện support là cho hôm nào chuyện thì biết busy chỉ không raเลยparticipate tất nhiên mà dùng xe hàng xã hội đó cho lúa hay tiềnนู่นนอยในเรื่องที่สับเพลก็ต่อเลยเจริญที่สับเพลก็ต่อยังมีตัวเพลดอเดียก็ต่อ is the only thing เป็นอย่างที่จะมีการเอาไปมั่ว opportunity you represent team USA อย่าแต่นู่นเลยมั่วนู่นแต่เลยมั่วก็ต่อจะจีนก็ต่อเราเลยจะโอลิมปิกละสิอาจิตแต่อย่างนี้เด้อล้อจะใช้เอเชียที่ทองเดียวเป็นมุ่งจะก็ต่อเกี่ยวกับ represent เราเนี่ยจะเป็น represent ทีม USA อย่าเป็นมั่ว USA มั่วเป็นหัดใจเตยอย่างที่จีbé chỉ hay những năng ngam sứ chỉ hay những liệu suni sali là chỉ hay những lúc ta coi là tí chỉ ở trong bé mông nó giờ này và chỉ cho mua reputation in the past จะชิมรู้ได้รู้เฉยหรอเป็นตัวอย่างรู้ได้เฉยนะรู้ได้เฉยนะจอโอกาสจะไปเลย直接ไป给所有被做些小事被做容易加被做给到被做老被做些被做这被做容易加了来做个西路的被做些事情被有么个的นู่น被到等节目做了路上ที่อวสานสาที่international stage 所以各种些行列ก็จะรวยยังมี做些都不小点点这个被还有老的จะขออินโดนีเซียจะก็ต้องเก่งเลยจนจะอินโดนีเซียก็เป็นตัวบุคคลจะโคตรรงให้ที่ชนะเลยที่จะมีการเป็นมินิโซตาหน่อยเจเลยจะเราจินเดียร์เพราะที่ชงตอนนี้ก็ตัวชงตอนนี้เลยจะเท่าไหร่เราก็เลยที่ชาวตัวด้วยป้าหลังจากไปจะเกี่ยวกับตอนนั้นจะได้จะเกิดเราเลยที่จะมีการนะกุศลเลย
Well, good afternoon, Senator. I don't see the mayor here yet, but council members, commissioners, dignitaries, players, and supporters of the sport of Sepak Takraw. My name is Lee Bosyong, and I'm the chair of the Sepak Takraw of USA. I want to thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate Team USA's win at the 2022 ISTAF World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea in November. I know that you're foregoing the opportunity to watch Minnesota Vikings. You got to see Minnesota Vikings right there. So we'll try to make it, maybe we can hear the Viking game later on. We'll see. Who would have thought that after 47 years, we would have children of refugees or refugees themselves making history, right? Especially when some of the people who worked with refugees in Thailand didn't think that some of us would be able to survive in America. And we've not only survived, but have thrived as a people, and now have represented the United States of America in the sports world, in the field of gymnastics, right? So recently, golf, motorbike, and now Sepak Takraw. So Lee, Eden Tao, Megan Kang, and all are all common household names today. Now we can add to the list Chris Moo, the Young Si, right? Young So. Sorry if I can't pronounce your name. I haven't learned some of our Quran and Qurani's names yet. Ko Cha, Jim Tao, John Tao, Gao Chang, Jeremy. Representing Team USA in the World Cup in Korea. So we can add and you'll have a chance to hear from these guys later on. So anyway, while they were debating about the diplomatic and political relationship between the United States and Iran during the soccer World Cup, our team was playing against Iran and beating them twice. I wish we had the same kind of press coverage. They were debating everything about Korea and United States during the soccer, but yeah, we were competing against them and beating them. But to know how we got here, I would like to read a proclamation from Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, declaring January 8th as the Sepak Takraw Day in Minnesota. Unfortunately, he could not join us today, but here's the proclamation. The print is so small, so I can't see it anymore. But so this is the proclamation from the governor. Whereas the Sepak Takraw of USA is a nonprofit organization that exists to promote the sport of Sepak Takraw, organizing youth leagues and entering Sepak Takraw competition locally, nationally, and internationally. And whereas in August 2022, the International Sepak Takraw Federation, known as ISTAF, invited Sepak Takraw of USA to select a team to compete in the 2022 ISTAF World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea from November 25th to the 29th, 2022. And whereas Sepak Takraw of USA quickly recruited some of the best players from 6 states to be part of the team to represent the United States. With less than a month before the competition, 1 week before departing for South Korea, the team of 8 players met to 1 week before departing South Korea, 8 met in Minnesota to train for 2 days only. Team members included 3 American players of Hmong descent, Jim Tao, Ko Cha, and John Tao, and 3 American players of Karan and Karani descent, On Ray, Chris Mo, and Yang Lin Si. So, right? Please correct me later. I'm sorry. Along with head coach Jeremy Nathan Merkin and team manager Kao Chang. And whereas the USA team defeated Germany, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Iran to clinch 2 gold medals in Division I of 3-3 and 4-4 of the tournaments. Now therefore, I, Tim Waltz, Governor of Minnesota, do hereby proclaim Sunday, January 8, 2023 as Sepak Takraw Day in the state of Minnesota. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my seal and cause the great seal of the state of Minnesota to be affixed at the state capitol this 3rd day of January. Tim Waltz, Governor. All right. I wanted to also thank our financial sponsors and many of the individuals who made it possible for our team to compete at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation's World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea. These guys paid the trip for the trip out of their own pocket. So we had to quickly do a fundraising to see if we can help them afterward. And so we launched a GoFundMe campaign, which netted us about $5,000 exactly. Hmong Home Healthcare also contributed. Game Related also donated monetary contribution. Super X Market in California also donated. Cup and Cheer here also donated. Dr. James of Foot and Ankle Care also made a donation. BMJ Sports also made a donation, and in the forms of uniforms. So more importantly, I want to thank Mr. Muhammad Farid Abdul Halim of ISTAF for his support and for inviting us to send a team to compete in the 2022 ISTAF World Cup in South Korea. And Mr. Jeremy Nathan Merkins and Gao Chang for being able to quickly build a team to compete on behalf of the United States. I also want to thank the following individuals who contributed to make it possible for the building of 6 of our professional Sepak Takraw courts in St. Paul. And as part of the CBS St. Paul Park and Rec Department's programming. But these were some of the key folks who made it possible for us to have professional facilities to train in, to grow our players, and to make the sport of Sepak Takraw visible here in Minnesota, the United States, and now the world. Anyway, these additional members are Senator Fonger, through appropriation, was able to secure money for us to build the court. Former Mayor Chris Coleman, Mayor Melvin Carter, former Park and Rec Department Director Mike Ham, former Council Member Dan Bostrom, former County Commissioner Jim McDonald, which just arrived, and St. Paul Park Conservancy, Minnesota Super Bowl Host Committee, and also Mr. Gao Chang for working all the political behind the door kind of collaborations, right, to get all of these folks to contribute to the establishment of the court. We still have a lot more to do, particularly lighting. I've been working with Councilor Nelson Yang on that as well, and hopefully our new commissioner from the district as well. Also, Ramsey County Sheriff Fletcher for incorporating the sport of Sepak Takraw in their youth programming under the leadership of Sergeant Gao Chang and the Secretary of Sepak Takraw. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but if I did, I apologize. So thank you for believing in us. I wanted to also thank today's sponsor for making this event possible. They donated the food over there for us. Lu Fu Zhang and Dang Lao of Dang Lao Yang of Cups and Cheers for allowing us to use facilities and also donating some food product for us. Tua Xiong, the Motown Marketplace, is he here yet? He also donated some food for us and money. Va Liu of Family Thai Kitchen. Did I pronounce that right? Yeah, and for the Thai tea there. And Mr. and Mrs. Tip Chan also donated the steam roll. And finally, so what's next? We hope to be part of the movement to make the sport of Sepak Takraw an Olympic sport. Because currently it is not, right? But the folks that will help us get there will be our newly elected chair, Mr. Zinning Wang, and also Mr. Jeremy, so Mr. Chairman and Vice Chairman over there. We are looking at, currently looking for additional members to join the board as well. So if you're interested and you have some time, we welcome your participation and your support on the board. Once again, thank you for coming, and a big congratulations to Team USA. You made us proud. Yep. Yeah, and I'm also missing Judge Bastian. Gary Bastian is also very supportive behind the scene as well, and State Representative John Lash as well. So thank you for all you've done. And Councilor Dai Tao, actually, his district, now we have, is it 1 court or 2 courts? 2 courts on the outside, Sepak Takraw. And when we were training for the South Korea trip, we also used the Parktown recreational center to train. So we're always appreciative of Park Rex. And it was right there you are. Always working with us and agreeing to work with us. So with that, thank you very much for being here, and enjoy the food. And you'll get a chance to talk to these guys.
Once again, thank you, Lipao. And thank you to the athlete. You guys are on the spot, so please be patient with us, all right? So, again, referring back to the Hmong culture of being respectful to the present place that we're in, as we know, this space or this place would not be possible if we don't have representatives from the council. So at this time, I'd like to invite Madam Council Member Nelsie and your team to come up here. In the spirit of the team sport, we'd like to see that anybody in your office, in the city or the council, please join you in delivering your proclamation and provide your greeting to the athletes and the organization as a whole. So welcome, Council Member Nelsie Yang.
Good afternoon, everybody. I invited, thank you so much, Director Andy Rodriguez, Director of St. Paul Parks and Recreation Department up here on stage with me. If we have any former council members from St. Paul or current or incumbents or Mayor Carter here, please feel free to join us on stage too. I know you're expecting a few of them. Well, I'm Nelsie Yang. I'm the council member representing St. Paul Ward 6, which is right here where we're at in the east side of St. Paul. I am also the first Hmong American woman and the youngest St. Paul council member to serve in the St. Paul City Council. It is such an honor, and I'm so humbled to be able to be here to present to you this resolution from the St. Paul City Council. I first want to say it is so special to be able to see so many proclamations, resolutions, community members, elected officials to be here to celebrate you all for your accomplishment. Thank you for being trailblazers in our community and really giving it everything you've got to win this trophy, this medal. For our country, for our communities. You really are showing, especially to younger folks who are in the sport, what is possible when you have community support, when you have determination, when you also have a team that trusts each other. So much is possible, and you all made it to that finish line, and you've shown us, that big win that is possible when you have all of them. So I want to say thank you to all of you. You are an inspiration to all of us. And that is why we are here to celebrate you, and we wish you the best in your future games, because I know that you've got a big game coming up for this year. Is that right? So at this time, I'd like to read through the resolution here and to present it to you all, and I'd love for us to wrap up this piece with a group photo too, right after. This is a resolution from the St. Paul City Council recognizing Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. for winning the gold medal at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup in South Korea and proclaiming Sunday, January 8, 2023 as Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. Day in the city of St. Paul. Whereas Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. was founded in Minnesota on August 1st, 2014 as a nonprofit organization to promote the sport of Sepak Takraw in the United States through organized community leagues and competitions at the local, national, and international levels. And whereas Sepak Takraw was first introduced in Minnesota by the first wave of Hmong immigrants in the early 1980s. And whereas Minnesotan Sepak Takraw players won first and second place at SkillCon 2016, which jump-kicked widespread interest in the niche sport among many diverse immigrant communities across the United States. And whereas the city of St. Paul not only recognized the role of Sepak Takraw in building cross-cultural community and sportsmanship among youth and adults from diverse ethnic and racial backgrounds, but we're also committed to diversity and equity in its planning and distribution of shared public places and spaces. And whereas the greater east side of St. Paul thus welcomed two of the first Sepak Takraw courts in the country at Marydale Park and Duluth and Cates Recreation Center in Minnesota in 2017. And whereas the International Sepak Takraw Federation extended an invitation to Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. to compete at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea from November 25th through November 29th, 2022. And whereas Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. recruited Chris Mu, Jim Tao, John Tao, Kurt Cha, Wu Ray, and Yannick So from Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, Indiana, and California to form Team USA under the direction of head coach Jeremy Nathan Merkin and team manager Gao Cheng. And whereas Team USA only spent 2 days altogether to practice and build camaraderie with one another before traveling to compete in South Korea, and whereas Team USA defeated Germany, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and Iran to win 2 gold medals in the Division I category of the 3-versus-3 and 4-versus-4 games at the tournament in South Korea, now therefore be it resolved the St. Paul City Council recognizes Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. for the historic win at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup, and be it further resolved that the St. Paul City Council hereby proclaims Sunday, January 8th, 2023 to be Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. Day in the city of St. Paul. Resolution will come down and we'll take a group photo together.
Before going to accept the proclamation, we went to then the corner office, the number sheet, then council member and LC will take a picture with you. Okay.
Yeah, why don't you all come up here too?
So would you come to the yeah, then you just go to the stage. So please apologize to you all for being very casual in this. Please forgive us. Come on. Hello, stand up. All right, that was our council member, Nelson Ya, along with the St. Paul Park and Rec director. And I got to get his name correct, okay? Because I missed it. Andy Rodriguez, right? So thank you for coming. We did invite the former city council, Dan Bostrom, who was instrumental with our Ramsey County Commissioner at that time, Jim McDonough, in getting the space and getting all the funding for us with the state level government and all the other foundations. So if anybody close by or get to see our former council member, Bostrom, please send our message of gratitude toward his assistance and support. So with that, another proclamation or greeting from our congressional member, which is U.S. Representative Betty McCollum from her office, our dear brother and father and family member and friends, Mr. Robert Lee. Please.
Thank you, attending. First and foremost, I wanted to offer congratulations to the team and the general manager, my friend Gao Chang, and Coach Jeremy and the Paul Xiang and Zieling, the whole team, the whole club, the whole organization for the job well done, and congratulations for the winning the gold medals. And you and your team and all the players are really champions. So I just want to congratulate you again. And so, to many of you who don't know me yet, my name is Chow Lee. I know that there are a lot of familiar faces here, so I probably don't need my introduction, but I'm one of the senior aide to Congresswoman McCollum. She cannot be here today, and thank you so much for the invitation. You know, I wanted to start out a little bit of usual introduction here because, you know, we're hoping to drop a resolution, but because we didn't have the speakership, this is quite a marathon for a week long. This is the first time ever happened in Congress in 100 years. We do not have a speaker. And this is why a delay of speakership means a delay of work for the American people. This is why I could not get the resolution formatted and celebrated for you guys, but we're going to drop for the next few days, the next few weeks, and we'll come back with a real certificate for the team. But, you know, I'm so pleased to read the draft resolution of the team now, and then we're going to get that certificate presented to the team later. So, without any further ado, let me get my glass, and then we'll read Betty's resolution here. So Speaker arrives today to congratulate the United States Sepak Takraw team on winning the gold medals at the 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup in Daejeon, South Korea. The team overcame many challenges and exceeded expectations with the won gold medals in Division 1 of the River 3 and 4x4 tournaments. The 2022 International Sepak Takraw Federation World Cup hosts 13 participating countries and was held from November 25th through the 29th, 2022. After originally being scheduled for the 2019, but delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The United States team is coached by Jeremy Nathan Morgan and was made up of 6 athletes of Hmong, Korean, and Canadian descent. Mr. Gocha, Chris Blue, Moon Murray, Jim Tao, John Tao, and Yang Naiso. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name correctly. My apologies if not. The team hails from 6 states across the country and includes athletes from St. Paul, Minnesota in the 4th Congressional District. Sepak Takraw, also known as kick volleyball. It's a team sport originated in Malaysia and commonly played with 2 or 4 players in a court similar to the badminton court. A popular sport in Southeast Asia countries, Sepak Takraw has slowly spread around the world and has gained popularity in Minnesota, where we are proud to have a large Hmong and Korean community. The main objective of the game is to kick the ball to the other side of the net within the boundary of the opponent's team. Similar to volleyball, the players are only allowed to use their feet, knees, shoulders, chest, or head to get the ball over the net. Gameplay is described in the very name of the sport. Sepak is Malay for kick, while takraw is the Thai word for woven rattan ball, which is the type of ball used in the game. The United States team general manager Donald Chan released a statement following the team's victory, where he stated his hopes that the continued success of Team USA would inspire younger generations of Sepak Takraw players. Well, today I celebrate the athletes that brought home victory for the United States in 2022. I share in the same hope that younger generations will continue to participate in this unique sport and represent the United States into the future. So Speaker, please join me in recognizing the victory of the United States Sepak Takraw team. Thank you. So this concludes the advisory.
All right, with that, let's move on with the agenda. I think the mayor's office has communicated with us. We invited, but I don't think there's any representative from the office is here. Oh, you are? Okay. All right, so one more time, let's invite Park and Rec Director Andy Rodriguez to come provide a greeting from the City of St. Paul.
Hey everybody, Andy Rodriguez, Director of St. Paul Parks and Recreation. Apologies that the mayor could not be here today, but on his behalf I just wanted to say, one, congratulations, a huge accomplishment. We have a saying in the city that we want to build a city that works for everyone, and the park system plays a key role in that by providing different amenities and everything throughout our park system. And when we installed these courts, to think a couple years from now that we'd be sitting up here talking about gold medals in South Korea, it makes me so happy and shows that we're headed in the right direction with the decisions that we're making in the parks world. I was at Frogtown this past summer and I saw a young person watch a couple athletes play this sport, and the quote I literally heard was, "Wow, how do they do that?" And that tells me that there's interest in that sport, and what the previous speaker just said, we'll probably be calling you to help build out some camps and programs this summer at Frogtown, Duluth, and Case, and other locations. So we're super excited about that, and couldn't be more thrilled for your success. And again, congratulations, and look forward to more partnership in the future.
Thank you, Andy. A success that is shared by all. Those of you that are here, those of you at home, and those of you that are away from the snow. Those of you that are away watching the Viking probably losing to the Bears. So bear with us, Andy. I know you prepared. So. All right, so with that, let's move on to our county level. So I know that we have our new commissioner, but I'm sure she will yield to Elder. So with that, and we don't say former, so in this case, please welcome Commissioner McDonough. Can you bring our current Commissioner, Mai Chong-Xiong, and the rest of your Ramsey County team up here to provide a few greeting and word of acknowledgement to the team's success.
So this is the first time me speaking in public as Jim McDonough, resident of the east side of St. Paul, with no title in front of my name. I love it. And I'm excited for the community. I'm excited for Mai Chong. The transition here is going to be wonderful for the community, and Mai Chong is going to do a great job for District 6. A couple things I can remember. I remember the day you came to me and said, We need some help. We've got some money, the NFL grant I think you got, St. Paul Parks and Rec are willing to step up, but you know, it's just not going to get us the facility we need. We need a bump in money. Can you guys help? And we had a really good conversation, and two things came out of that meeting. One thing is I committed I'd get $100,000 from Ramsey County, and you committed that the community would work hard and someday actually come here and we could celebrate. And that's what this facility would do, right? It would actually provide the opportunity where you didn't have to find a spot in the park where somebody wasn't using it and set up your net and quick play before they came and kicked you out, right? And so we did that. I went to my county manager. I can remember going to my county manager at the time, and it wasn't asking permission, and it wasn't asking for forgiveness, but really laying out that we needed to find $100,000 to contribute to St. Paul. Kind of an unusual thing. We partnered in the past on soccer facilities and some of those other types of things, and hockey facilities. But the quote that I want to share with you that really came from my heart when I worked with my colleagues on the board, convincing them that this was the right thing to do was, for 40 years, the Hmong have been in our community. 40 years. And we've invested in soccer fields. We tried to turn them into hockey players. We tried to make them basketball players. But you know what? We never listened to the community and said, this is what we want. We never invested in the community and what they're telling us. It took us 40 years to make an investment in Takraw, to make the investment in Tulu courts. Shame on us for that, right? Shame on us. But look how quickly that we've been able to turn that around with that investment between the city and the county, that NFL grant, where we're celebrating the success here of these young men here that competed internationally and represented not only our country, but represented our community with honor and pride. So as the senator knows, my last meeting as a commissioner was sitting in his office talking about what's next for the Tulu courts, and my challenge is, Mr. Rodriguez, council member, commissioner, what's next for the Takraw courts, right? My vision is someday we're actually hosting a national tournament here. We can host an international tournament here. We can celebrate, but not only that, we can witness in person the success of these folks that work so hard to represent our community. So with that, Mai Chong, all my best to you, and please say some words.
Thank you so much, Commissioner. Hello and good afternoon. Thank you so much, for this honor, for following after you. You've done so much work, Commissioner, already on making this possible for the community, and also thank you so much for listening to the community. It's tremendous with what we've been able to do together collectively as a community, that in such a short amount of time, that you all in just 2 days assembled a winning team. That's impressive. That's impressive, because building a team takes so much trust in one another, in your abilities, in your teammates' ability, but also the ability to assemble a team to take you internationally. So I just want to commend you for that. The work that you all will continue, and the vision that has been laid out, it's amazing. If we can invest and continue to invest in our people here, in what their interests are, we can have more Olympians. And the east side is primed for that. And we picked so many ways on the east side of St. Paul here that I'm just so proud. And that's also because it's thanks to the leaders that have come before me too. So I just want to say that thank you so much. Congratulations again. And I look forward to celebrating next year. Thank you.
So we're going to switch a little bit. How about Park Conservancy, Mr. Michael John Peace. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So congratulations again. I think the Conservancy exists to make sure with Parks and Rec that every neighborhood has the resources it needs for its families to thrive. Because this is what happens when you get the facilities that you need, when you get the programs you need. And so it's so exciting to know that new courts are going in when the North End Community Center gets built. that this work keeps growing. And your leadership and your example is what makes that easier for all of us to do the hard work of financing and funding and all of the unsexy things that lead to the result that we've got here today. So we're ready to partner on adding lights to those existing courts and to building more courts and to seeing you and the young people that follow you succeed. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. That's the director for the Parks, St. Paul Park Conservancy. So without their assistance or help in this process, we would not have been able to bring all these governmental agencies together in benefiting from the Super Bowl 52 legacy funds. And with the senators from HER's help with the legislature's appropriation, along with all the city, Ramsey County, and the other nonprofit and local and family and businesses assistance make this a reality. Talk about the court, okay? All right, do we have anybody from the Quran organization of Minnesota? Could you please come up with a few words of encouragement for your athletes?
Thank you and congratulations to you all. So my name is Marte and I'm with Quran Organization of Minnesota. Unfortunately, I'm the only one here. My program director just had something in the last minute, so she couldn't make it. But yeah, I just want to, I feel so privileged and honored to be here with you guys to, celebrate your accomplishments. And I work with the Quran Organization of Minnesota. Offer a lot of services to refugees and immigrants here in St. Paul, Minnesota. And one of the programs I'm in is the Youth Case Manager. So I work directly with the youth who struggle with mental health and substance use. I know there's a lot of Korean and Hmong refugees that struggle when they settle here. And unfortunately, a lot of them turn to drugs, gangs, petty crime. So, I just want to come here and maybe hopefully we can partner in the future and work with these kids. And I think you guys can be influential role models for them. So hopefully we can, partner up and work someday in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With the honor of our spirituality, could you offer a few words of encouragement in Quran or Qurani?
Sure. So, my Quran is a little bit, iffy, but I'll try. You mean Madino? You chomo ponyo o tegala. Let me get it, sorry. Christmas, okay. You want that, here we have ponyo pole me. Kena puele kasunya mitibe mi video pu mi palo ela dina iba ta he ba de le mi ke he do we he gelo kwela we te sorry, I'm struggling with my words, but iba ta he shuge ba ta chat pano le awe These are like hair, yellow well with it to battle our to battle Lele King, but battle Onamna Boba that you Satha, good when you're Mandolagi regarding when you're the clay, look, he will but you look get her when you're like I would they accomplish the Paginadi, Akone youth little Kashmir Tiba. For the client, without you hair with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We often forget how healing it is to hear our own heritage language, so thank you so much for that piece. Do we have anybody from the Hmong 18 Council? We know that we invited and they confirmed somebody will be here. Anybody? Okay, with that, then we'll go to the next speaker. On behalf of Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher's office, I invite one of our members, Sergeant Gao Zhang to come and deliver a few words, greeting to the member of the audience and athletes on behalf of Ramsey County Sheriff Bob Fletcher's office. Gao.
Hi folks, before I will give the speech, I'm going to invite Deputy Jose Noches. Come up here. Sheriff Bob Fletcher cannot be here today, and also my boss, Inspector Chino Lee, he cannot make it today either, but he told me to speak on behalf of the Sheriff's Office. Ramsey County Sheriff's Office is, we have a long-term relationship with the Hmong community in Korean and Somali. However, particularly with the Youth Plus program, I am the sergeant and Deputy Jose Noches, and I will tell you why Sepak Takraw organization linked to Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. Is because we implement the Sepak Takraw program in our Youth Plus program. The Youth Plus program mission is to, it's part of the crime prevention unit, and we try to prevent kids from running around the neighborhood and causing trouble. And that's why Bob, see that, you know, we have produced positive result from the past administration. Now he came back 4 years ago and he wanted to restart this program. And he said, Gao, I want you and Chinu to be in charge of the Youth Plus program and to go out there and recruit young kids age of 8 to 18 years old and to come to your program. And then the program we have is we have a literacy program and sport program. In sport program, we implement this Sepak Takraw program into our Youth Plus program. And I coach the youth. I invited all of them to be here, but I don't see any program from any kids from the program here today. But we train those kids, and we're hoping that those kids will one day will be sitting right here as well. And with that being said, Bob said that his office is always part of the Hmong community and also the community in general. And if anything that our organization needs help, he will come support our organization to the future. And I just want to tell you that Deputy Jose Noches and I, we are the one that technically coaching the kids. He doesn't. He tried to play, and I teach him. But I'm gonna give a mic for him to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, good afternoon. What an honor for me is to be here today with Sergeant Gao Chain, experience this moment. 2.5, 3 years ago, it was 4 years ago, thank you. We started a program, the Youth Plus program with the Registrar's Office. Little did I know that I was going to be learning a new sport. I did not know anything about Sepak Takraw. And Sergeant Gao started introducing me to it. I know it was very close to soccer. I thought, okay, it shouldn't be so bad. And then I tried it, and I found out how hard it was trying to manipulate a little ball about this size. Anyway, when we gathered the kids and tried to get the kids into the program, we found out that they were showing interest in the Sepak Takraw and how interesting it was for me to see these kids learning and playing the sport. And I thank Sergeant Gao for this great opportunity, and thank everyone.
Everybody please welcome Senator Hong Han and Liz Lee.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Thank you. If you don't want to hear the old ghost speak first, but thank you, Jianeng, and thank you, Professor Li Pao, Dr. Li Pao, and the Sepak Takraw team. You put St. Paul in limelight, you put Minnesota in limelight, and America in limelight, and you make us proud, stand for America. You know, sometimes when the foreign country think America is very much European descent, but here, arriving at the airport, you represent the America, diversity of America today. So I have a little longer history to say, so I'm gonna pass this mic to our new and incoming representative East Side St. Paul here, District 67A, and there's a lot of work ahead of her. So Leslie, congratulate her first. Everybody applaud.
Thank you, Senator. I will be very quick because I know you guys have sat through a lot of speeches, and I think all of us here want to meet you guys and congratulate you. So very quickly, I just want to thank all the folks here for joining us to celebrate what it means, like Aaron said, right, for our community members and our elected officials to make decisions that represent our communities. We all pay taxes, and when we do that, right, that's why we can fund, you know, fields that our entire community uses, right, whether it's hockey rinks, you know, the baseball fields, or maybe ice skating rinks. I don't know if we're going to get one again this year in Rice Park, but this is why it's so important to have representation, and also so important for our community members to participate and tell your community leaders what you want. I want to thank the senior member of our 67th delegation for you know, allowing me to speak a little bit, but I look forward to working with everyone going forward, and you know, looking at your bonding proposals and your funding proposals to make sure that, you know, your tax dollars work for you. So with that, I will give it back to the Senator.
Okay. Well, Representative will do a great job, and I look forward to tag team with her, and also Representative Sean of 67B. I'm going to say Hmong in English too. Today I'll recover the history quite a bit. It might be a little redundant, but I try to cut short as much as I can. And as Jim McDonough said, and Tining also said, that we live, Hmong American have been in this country for 40 some years. You know, it's 4 decades long. That lot of stuff happened even within 1 decade, 10 years that I served in office. So I always have this analysis of the 30 years, 40 years Hmong people in the United States, and this is from the very beginning to now. Project Song, they muốn nhớ cả đây. Project Song, thay cầu lúc Song cứ biết tôi tới channel này, Dr. Lee Pao tôi biết là giàu sự cầu ý cầu Song. We're just in our teens, early teens, and our parents trying to find a place where they belong. You know, like, I'm sure many of you during that time been dragging along with your parents, moved all the way to California, all the way to maybe New Mexico, Kansas, and then here. I've been dragging along around in the Midwest, Sioux Falls, Texas, Kansas, and I'm here. You know, so that's the first bracket of our life here, the first 10 years. Then it comes the second decade, 20 years, the bracket of 20 years. Surfacing up, my generation, the 50 or so generation, become the first of something. You know, you may be the first person in your company, you may be the first person appointed to the mayor office. Within that bracket, we had the first Hmong school board. We had the first Hmong state standard anymore. You know, that's our journey that's the journey of our success. The 30-year bracket, the third decade, is the acceptance of our latecomer, the one from the temple, and we invest in them. Actually, if you want to divide in the Hmong community, they actually surge much quicker than those of us who are early comer. All this establishment on university or on Maryland here is very much owned by and run by them. So that's the bracket of 30 years. 40 years, the 4th decade, is not just the first generation of Hmong American, but the second and the third. Like Sunisa Lee, generation. Susan Salih, even though her parent was a little older, but Susan Salih's parent could be someone who was born in the United States. That generation. And you have Susan Salih, you have Shane Tao, first mayor of the largest metro of all. And Eastside St. Paul itself. Myself as state senator, Mai Chong County Commissioner, Liz Lee, House of Representatives Jay Shong, Nelson Yang, predominantly Hmong. We're going to continue the East Side, maintain the history as it is. This used to be Italian, Irish, Sweet, Norwegian, and the remnant's still there. We have Sweet Hollow, and many other places that our diversity, the European descent still see that East Side is their home. We want to make the East Side our home is to build on our culture. Our culture like the Sepak Takraw team, the Dulu team, and culture has no politics. People cannot hate culture. We need to, with the strength that we have now, we have to maintain as much as we can. And Zining talked about 2005, so Zining and I talked way before that about how we can make the park and rec more accessible to the Hmong community, how we can make park and rec, make our identity part of the park and rec. And we did talk, Zining know a lot about history of how we progress until this point. We did talk about the Dulu, the Gatol, the Friendship Garden, and how that could be done. 30 years from now, maybe our children may not live in East Side, but they will see East Side as our home. Just like Judge Sebastian, Jimmy McDonough, we always see East Side as our home. We see East Side as a home of Herb Brooks, the person who brought East Side to the limelight in 1988 or 88 World Olympic, 1980, Miracle on Ice. And we will continue that legacy with the new generation. In 2005, we've been talking about it, but we didn't shift gear until I get to office in 2013. There's a lot of projects. We have the football, the US Bank Stadium, the Illionsville, and all that. Those are huge multi-million-dollar projects. They said, what do you want, Fong? I just want the Tulu court and the Takraw court. No, that's too small. Maybe we can't do that. No, I just want that. I don't want, I will vote for those projects, but what I want is the Takraw, I used to say Gatol more. the Gatol and the Dulu court. But it's even harder just to get that couple $100,000. Even with Jim McDonough's support, with the mayor's support. And they even refer that as a pet project of Senator Fong Her. I said, this is not a pet project for Senator Fong, this is our culture. And it happened. It happened. Preservation comes from persistence, humiliation, and inclusion. And this is not what I carry, but I wish that all of you will hold on to that mission as well, of preservation of our culture here. Preservation of our culture also means preservation of the Karen culture, the Karenese culture. The Gatofil bring out diversity, bring out unity. Also showcase those children that live around the Gatofil, whether they're Latino, Black, brown, to know, and they are learning to play that as well. So thank you everybody for being here. I think the next generation will make Eastside much better than where we found it. So congratulations to all of you. the elected official, the leaders, and most important of all, the team. The team, and I wanted to sign up. I wanted to sign up just to help, but want to make sure that it'll become an annual festival here, like Mr. Ali has been talking about, and please keep us posted. And a little update on myself, this is a good year. And your request to the state Senate or legislature, whether it's from the city, the county, or everywhere, must be this year. Must be this year because I'm the chair of Environment, Climate, and Legacy, where the money came from, but the Tulufio. And I'm gonna make sure that we have, Jim, is it 4 million? 3.1. 3.1 million, to count my chum. 3.1 million, I wanna make sure that we got that to upgrade the Tulufio along with the Sepak Takraw film, and other culture film in the Ramsey County. So, thank you very much and congratulations. And tomorrow, I'd like to invite you guys to the state capitol where I recognize you again in the Senate chamber when that's possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Representative. So, Mr. Pease from the Sepak Conservancy, I expect you to be calling me soon, all right? We got a lot of work. So, Mr. Senator Fong, can you come back up here? Could you help lift up your athlete and present them to the community?
All right, we have Sergeant Gao Chang here, one of the leaders. And Chris, thank you, Chris. And John, and Kurt. Jim, thank you. Jeremy Murphy. I missed one point. Why motivated me in 2013 is that when Tinning come and tell me, and Tinning brought Kurt Child's dad and said, I don't know whether I can reiterate it in English as well, but they said that every time when Team Minnesota show up anywhere in the United States, the Lao, the Hmong, the Karen community all tremble. So I said, we want to make the whole world tremble out of Minnesota. So that's why it all started with Kurt Child's family that got me motivated. So congratulations to all of you. Anything else? Sorry. Congratulations to everybody. Give them another warm applause. And then there's still plenty of food sitting right us. Yeah, today is a wonderful day. Missing many points. Put on a note today. Thank Governor Tim Walz for declaring today, January 8th, as the Sepak Takraw Day. It's a good day. Relation to 2 days ago, January 6th, is a day remembrance of our great General Van Kao. So New Year is always good. It's always good to start, get the momentum here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Senator and Liz. With that, I understand that some of the senators himself and some other people have their own commitment, but your athlete is here. We're going to give the mic to them, and you feel free to come and ask. This is the time to ask questions and get answered. How do you sign up? Where do they train? So presenting to you are the team with Gao and Jeremy leading. And then a few words from Gao and Jeremy is closing this program, and then the team will be available for any questions or answers.
Once again, I would like to thank family, friends, fans, and players throughout the U.S. To make this happen. But most importantly, as a team manager and also as the secretary of the Sepak Takraw of USA Inc., I would like to recognize my wife, Dr. Shane Wang. She is behind me 100%. She supported me all the way, and that's why I was able to found this organization and built this and bring this team to South Korea, and we won the gold medals and trophy. And I want to thank my wife, Dr. Shane Hua. And also I want to thank all the supporters throughout my 8 years. I started as approaching Judge Gary Bashan and Commissioner and Senator for her. And prior to that, me as a site job, we were like, let's create the logo of the Sepak Takraw of USA Inc. And I approached the power and that's how we're here today. But without all the supporters from the city, county, and state level, we would not be here today, and we would not be getting the gold medals in all the courts in Duluth Case, Fairdale, and Frogtown. And I would like to thank all the city officials, county, and state for supporting us throughout the 8 years. And also, I would like to thank all the players to put all your heart and soul and commitment so that we won the gold medal. And I'd like to thank all the players. Hopefully this year they're going to Thailand, to King's Cup. And hopefully they will bring another 2 gold medals, the trophies from Thailand. And also, again, once again, I would like to thank all the supporters. Hopefully that we will continue receiving your support in the future. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeremy. I didn't prepare anything today, but I'm a professional talker, so maybe I'll find the words. So, if you look up here, you notice that we're a bunch of guys. We need things to be built, we need help, we need to strengthen our connections, to work together to build many things. For me personally, what makes me happy is seeing new people try the game, us being able to share what we love with our community and other communities. And so for me, I'm very privileged to be a part of this group, this organization. And I hope that we are able to find a way to bring this game, this sport, and our love of, healthy lifestyles to little kids and to women. We're gonna go to Thailand and hopefully this year we can bring the women's team with us. It's been 20 years since the United States had female players participate, and there are just many steps that we are going to be slowly working towards with the help of our friends internationally and with the help from our community members here. And I'm very privileged and honored to be a part of that, and I hope that you guys will continue to help us and to support us. And I really hope that you guys will ask some of these players some questions, because I'm very curious to hear what they think about all this. But thank you very much, and I would love to meet all of you and connect with you for the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you everybody, thank you for the player, especially thank you for the family, alright? Without Mr. Gao, I really thank his wife and his family, but without the family, especially Sepak, because Dad, without that man, there's no Qatar in the community here, right? If you have a chance to talk to him, how he make all his son play Qatar, they're the top players. So, and with that, another player that also very instrumental in helping us shape this from the very beginning, Mr. Tua Xiong from Hmong Marketplace. Could you stand please? Thank you, sir. So with that, we have lots of food, eat, pack, take home, and we also have signed up sheet here for you to stay in touch with us. We have the proclamations for your copy or for your own record, so feel free. And stay, ask questions, answer, mingle with the network, with the community, and come get to know the player. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, and hopefully the Vikings win today, so enjoy the rest of Sunday. So the player will remain up here. If you don't come, they will be sitting down. But if you are here, they will be standing up. So feel free to come in, get your picture. You can do it as a team, as an individual. Feel free. This is your time. This is your moment. We booked here until 5. So stay and help us finish the food at least, and have a lively discussion with the athlete. Thank you so much, everybody. 我祝你到那，你容易现在说的做对吧？